with the next session. And the purpose of this session is to expose you to variety of resources, because in the next 4 days, you will be having an hands-on in developing a variety of resources, and you will be knowing about the different formats of digital resources. So in this session, I will explain and also show you, give a demonstration on different variety of digital resources so that you get an understanding of the variety of digital resources, so you can be best benefited by the sessions to come, dwelling upon the knowledge you gain from this session. So that is the very purpose of having this session. So let us now start with the presentation. Dr. Prachi has already projected my presentation on screen. So I hope everybody can see my presentation. Can we make it full screen? Is it full screen? Okay. So this is about digital resources for teaching, learning, and assessment types and formats. And we will be having this session with a special emphasis on different verticals on Diksha. So I will be showing taking you through the uh, Diksha portal and the verticals which are there, and how content is aligned or organized there in these different verticals on Diksha. So let us move on to the next slide. So what do we understand by digital resources? First and of all, we must understand what is the meaning of digital resources and what is there in our mind when we talk about digital resources. So digital resources are e-text. If a Word document is also there in a digital format, a PDF is there in the digital format, disseminated through a digital platform, that document or e-text is also a digital resource. A video, if it is disseminated through any digital format, or digital platform or digital device, is also a digital resource. Likewise, audio, voice narration, music, sound effects, images, and graphic, singly or in combination, to create a fictional or non-fictional media or multimedia narration. So what we do in the classroom, when we teach any concept, we build a narration around that concept. Now, with the help of digital resources, we make that narration even more engaging and interesting for the children. So around all these variety or format of the digital resources, we create a fictional or non-fictional media or multimedia narration to make student comprehend the concept in a better way. Next, please. So here we can see how to integrate ICT in teaching, learning, and assessment, because any digital resource is for creating a narration with ICT mediated effort, with ICT integration. So here you can see a model which is called a TPAC model, TPACK model. So प्राची अपना कर्सर उस पे लगा दो, यहाँ TPACK या जो भी मैं बता रही हूँ. So TPACK, we can see technology, pedagogy, content, knowledge, where T stand for technology, P stand for pedagogy, and C stand for content, knowledge. P, A for pedagogy, C for content, K for knowledge. So this is called TPAC model. So for this model, it is believed that a teacher must have technological knowledge, that is TK, which is shown in the pink box, technological knowledge. Then content knowledge, which is shown in blue box, that is CK. Then pedagogical knowledge, that is PK. So if we have a blend of technological knowledge, content knowledge, and pedagogical knowledge. Then we create a engaging piece of narration, engaging piece of learning plan to make student comprehend the concept that we are teaching. If we only combined two knowledge, that is technological and content knowledge, but we don't have pedagogical knowledge, so it is shown in the purple box. So it is only TCK, technology and content knowledge. If we combine technological knowledge and pedagogical knowledge, so it is TPK, technology and pedagogical knowledge, but we don't have content knowledge. If we combine content and pedagogical knowledge, then it is PCK. But if we combine all the three, which is shown in this triangle, then there is a proper blend of technological content and pedagogical knowledge. So we believe that we as a teacher, we have content knowledge. We understand and we know our content. But until and unless we know the appropriate pedagogy, if we are teaching at elementary level, there is different pedagogy to be adopted. If we teaching at middle stage, a different pedagogy need to be adopted. If we are teaching the secondary student, a different pedagogy need to be adopted. If we are teaching adult learners, then andragogy need to be adopted, because pedagogy is science for teaching young children and andragogy is science of teaching adult learners. So without pedagogical knowledge, we cannot communicate our content in an appropriate way. If we blend technology with our content and pedagogy, then we will be creating an engaging piece of content. Because any knowledge in isolation will not do justice with the students. So here I give this example very often that some teachers, two teachers created VR content, virtual reality content, where two children were sitting with their knees bent and their hand up. Two cartoon characters were standing on their hands, on their palm, and they were teaching English grammar. So I don't think that content is appropriate to be taught through VR technology. Where chalkboard technology is sufficient, so we should not invest in technology like VR content. Because while those cartoon characters were speaking in a strange modulation of voice, I don't think that students can sustain attention on the content that they were delivering. They can comprehend the concept in question in the right spirit. They can enjoy the cartoon. They can amused by listening to that strange modulation. But I don't think they will concentrate on the concept being taught, because English grammar can best be taught by a teacher using a chalk and board. So we need to understand what is the content. We need to understand our content. We need to understand what technology need to be adopted, which is best suitable for that content. Then only we can just adhering to this TPAC model, TPACK model. Next, please. Next slide. So this is again another model, 3E and 5E model, enhance, extend, empower. So we, with this model, we need to explore different technology, evaluate it, then we need to build explanation around it and evaluate it, elaborate the concept and evaluate it, and align the concept with appropriate pedagogy and technology and evaluate our learning plan. So that is how we can enhance our knowledge, extend it using appropriate technology, appropriate pedagogy, appropriate content, and then empower the teacher and empower the students by adopting such a 3E model: enhance, extend, empower. Next, please. So then I also talked about this in my previous presentation, that uh, nature of content, to understanding the nature of content is very important to adopt this DPAC model and to integrate right technology with right concept. So in nature, we have content which are factual, like the name of different states and union territories. So this, if we want to make our children understand the names and capitals of different states and union territories, so this knowledge will come under factual knowledge, and it can be best taught by a digital map, where all the digital political map, where all the states and union territories are shown and their capitals are also shown. Likewise, you can also identify a lot of content which are factual in nature. Then conceptual, there are several concepts which are content which are conceptual, which we know as concept, like Earth is spherical. It is a fact. But to understand this fact, we need to understand the very concept of Earth being spherical. Otherwise, students see Earth as flat. So we need to make student visualize the concept of Earth being spherical. Then only we will understand. We will make our student comprehend this concept that Earth is spherical. This is one example, but if you reflect on the content you teach, you will get a lot of such content which are conceptual in nature. Then there are procedural concepts, where several processes are explained, like our respiratory system, where process of respiration is taught. Our digestive system, where process, because digestion is a process, where process of digestion is taught. Rotation and revolution of Earth, because these are also processes. Then metacognitive content, which need to be understood by the level of our emotions. So such contents are mostly in languages and in other subjects as well, when we deal with such ideas. So these are different nature of content, and we need to select our digital content or any content as per the nature of content. We should not randomly select digital content to be integrated with factual, conceptual, procedural and metacognitive content. चैट्स भी देखते रहना. ठीक है, next please. These are different forms of e-content. So here we can see mind maps, maps, simulations, audio, video, advertisement, interactive media, infographics, photographs. Next, please. Animations, cartoons, slideshows, timelines, diagrams, flow diagrams, charts, graphs. I'm going back to the previous slide so that you see the different forms of content once again. And please write in the chat box which type or format of content you don't understand. Can we go on to the previous slide, please? And Dr. Sunita is requested to keep an eye on the chat box so that we see what kind of queries are coming. Mind maps, maps, simulations, audios, videos, advertisement, interactive media, infographics, photographs. Next. Next. Animations, cartoons, slideshows, timelines, diagrams, flow diagrams, charts, graphs. So let me see in the chat box. साउंड लो आ रहा है कि किसी ने लिखा? अच्छा वो पहले का है, पता है क्योंकि मैं तो नहीं नहीं अभी नहीं। या टाइमलाइन, माइंड मैप. So I am looking at the chat. So people have written almost all kinds of content. Mind map, timeline, interactive media, infographics, animation, timeline, infographics, animation and timeline. Okay. Then, yeah, simulation, all simulation. So many have written simulation, animation, all infographics, simulations, infographics, cartoons, mind maps, simulation, animation, mind maps. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So good that you have raised your queries. You AR/VR content also has been written by Mr. Somebody from Telangana. So good that you raised a lot of queries because your queries make the session more enriching and interesting. So let us now see these content one by one. Next slide, please. So you people have written mind maps in the chat box. So this is an example. I'm not showing it as a perfect example, but just to give you an idea on what mind maps are. So this is a mind map. This is a mind image of teaching common food groups of somebody who has made this mind map. I haven't made this mind map. There are a lot of mind mapping softwares which you can use to create such mind map. Whenever we go to a class, we have an image or plan in our mind or on paper on how we are going to teach the particular concept. Like this is about 4 common food groups. So further, these food groups are organized into vegetables, fruits, grains, legumes, and beans. Then water means drinks, then confectionaries, meat, and dairy. So you can organize these food groups in what is there in your mind. You can make this mind map differently also. So when we create a mind map, the learning which we have in mind, or the teaching plan that we have in mind, unfolds gradually. So there are mind mapping software like FreeMind and FreePlane, which I generally use to create mind maps. So there are a lot of other mind mapping softwares also. So you will get it will be you will be given an hands-on on creating mind maps, some mind mapping software. Which software we are taking in this training program? UV. VU. VUE is another software which we use for creating mind maps. So in this training program, you will get an hands-on exposure of creating mind map. So I believe the mind map have been understood. If not, you will get an exposure of creating a mind map. Next slide, please. So infographic, now I will be giving you, showing you an example of infographic. Infographic, as the very name suggests, is a combination of information and graphic. If we combine information with graphic, we can create a good learning material, a digital learning material, digital infographics. And I have mentioned flow diagram also. So this is a digital content which we are titling as infographic can also be taken as flow diagrams, because information is also flowing in this infographic in the form of a flow diagram. Can we see the family tree infographic on family tree? Hmm. So this infographic is based on an EVS learning outcome. The learner identifies relationships with and among family members. Whatever digital content I am showing you, those digital contents are educational digital contents aligned with specific learning outcomes or specific concepts and content. So this is for EVS grade 3, I think. The learner identifies relationships with and among family members. So here we can see Rani's family tree. It's an infographic and flow diagram also. So here we can see Rani's Dada Dadi and Nana Nani, their offsprings, and then their offspring, the offsprings. So in different states and union territories, maybe we might address these relations by some different names. But in northern areas, we call the uh, daughter or father's sister as Bua, and father's brother, younger brother Chacha, and elder brother Tau. But here, because we have to adhere to the small family norms also, so we haven't just covered all the relationships, because we are showing only two offsprings of Dada Dadi, and then one or two offsprings of each couple. So Nana Nani's, na, your mom is the daughter of your Nana Nani, and her brother is Mama, and his wife is Mami. So like that, relationships are covered, and the cousins are also covered. So teach this concept by adhering to these small family norms. We have created 3 family trees, so that how we address younger brother of your mom and younger brother of your dad, and elder brother or sister of your mom, and elder sister, brother or sister of your mom are addressed. So in this Shalini's family tree, we covered some more relationships. And then again, one more family tree is there, which is Raju's family trees. And here we have covered some more relationships. So that is how, through this infographic or flow diagram, we have tried to achieve the learning outcome. The learner identifies relationships with and among family members. So this infographic is not complete. All the 3 infographics are not just to be shown to children, but a teacher need to bring a narration around these infographics so that he or she can explain the learner's relationship with the family member and among the family member. With Raju's, the relationship of the first couple is Dada Dadi. They are their Dada Dadi. And what is the relationship among them? That they are spouse, they are husband and wife. So like that, if we explain through this infographics, this learning outcome of identifying relationship with and among family members will be achieved. So that is how we create a narration around a digital content. Next slide, please. So I think we understood the uh, infographic and flow diagram. Now, some people have also written to get an idea about timeline. This timeline I had shown in my previous presentation also. Wherever we need to deal with chronology, chronology is very difficult to be comprehended or to be memorized. So if we have a timeline, then we can understand the flow of events, chronological flow of events in a better way. And if we see this timeline 2, 3, 4 times, maybe we will memorize the chronological sequence of event, the policy directions on digital education or implementation of different ICT initiatives. So this is an example of timeline. Next slide, please. So this is again an example of diagram where this diagram shows, depicts waterfall formation. So waterfall formation is a phenomena which occurs, which takes place, which happens in centuries. But the phenomena that occurs in centuries, we need to teach in a 45 minutes class. And this phenomena is abstract phenomena also. We cannot make students visualize the waterfall formation in the absence of any digital content. So here there is a diagram which is marked as hard rock, soft rock, and we are also showing undercutting of the soft rock. So if when water flows from the hard rock, so and it touches the soft rock, because soft rock is soft, so it erodes a bit quickly. And over a period of time, there is a platform built on the soft rock of the hard rock. And water comes on the hard rocks with pressure, then that hard rock also gets broken. And you might have noticed beneath many waterfalls, there are broken stones, broken rocks are there. So it is because of the process of waterfall formation. And this is procedural knowledge. We are explaining the process of waterfall formation. And if you Google the animation on waterfall formation, in a minute or so, you will understand, you will see, you will visualize the process of waterfall formation. So that is the power of digital content, that in a very limited time, we get to explain the complex processes which are happening around us. Next slide. So this is an example of cartoon. So here you can see there is a photograph hanged on a tree in a jungle, which has a caption missing, and there is a picture or caricature cartoon of dinosaur there missing since a billion years. And there are other animals. We are watching this cartoon. There is a cartoon in a cartoon. So you can see the hanging picture is also a cartoon. So there is a cartoon within the cartoon, and these animals are amazed. They are wondering what is this animal who is missing since billion years. So to warm up your class, to teach a complex phenomena, extinction of the species, we can warm up the class by showing this diagram, and then we can go on to the complex learning. So we can also teach, if we are teaching at the higher level, we can also teach concepts like survival of the fittest, the theory of Darwin, and the missing species. We can also sensitize the class on missing and extinguishing species which are getting extinct from the environment. Like many years back, we need to see a yellow bird called baya, but now it is not seen. It is rarely seen. Sparrows are also missing from our surrounding nowadays. We can rarely see these sparrows. So to warm up them to take on to the complex learning, we can use the cartoons. There are a lot of other concepts and subjects with which almost we can integrate cartoons with any subject. So, especially in political science, if we are teaching them past political events, so there are a lot of cartoons which was published during that time. So we can use those cartoons for taking them onto that era when those political processes were happening. So cartoons can take them to more complex procedural learning, and maybe factual learning also, conceptual learning also. Next slide, please. So this is an example of comic strip where there is a boy and a girl who are talking among themselves. Play नहीं हो रहा है. हाँ, play कर दो. So let us see this comic strip where इधर मेरे screen पे नहीं आ रहा है. Can you see this comic strip? Can everyone please respond in the chat box? दिख नहीं रहा है. Play नहीं हो रहा. हाँ, I think it's visible now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it is the first slide. Please start from the beginning. So we have stopped sharing and sharing again. So this comic strip where a girl and a boy are having a conversation, and the boy is having a burning sensation in his stomach. So the girl says, you might be having acidity. That is why you are having that burning sensation in your stomach. नहीं आ रहा, इधर नहीं आ रहा, हमारे पास नहीं आ रहा है आउटपुट इसका. इसका स्टैंड अलोन शेयर कर लो. स्टैंड अलोन भी होगा ना ये. हाँ, प्रेजेंटेशन हटा के स्टैंड अलोन शेयर कर लें. जस्ट वेट फॉर अ मोमेंट. So sometimes when technology is not supporting, we should always have a plan B. So this is my plan B, because I had this content as an standalone content also. The one integrated with the PPT was not playing. So Kill the Acidity is the title of this comic strip. So if we see further, So the boy and girl boy is having a burning sensation, and the girl says, I think you are suffering from acidity. And then boy gets surprised, acidity. So yes, if you have excess of acid in your stomach, you may feel burning sensation. Then the boy says, but acids are corrosive. They make a hole. If a drop of acid is dropped on a wooden surface, the wood there is a hole in the wood. So will it happen with my stomach also? Then uh, girl says, if the boy says, if the acid in our stomach is so powerful, why it doesn't make hole in my stomach? So girl says it is because of epithelial cells. Epithelial cells produce mucus that coats the inside wall of the stomach, which protects our stomach from acid. So the boy then says, but what should I do to get rid of acidity? And then the girl tells him a home remedy of drinking a glass of chilled milk, because there is an antacid in the milk which makes you which relieves you from the acidity. So the concept being introduced by this comic is script, it is epithelial cell. So if we teach about epithelial cell, maybe it doesn't get registered in the mind of students until and unless they revise the concept or content several times. But if they get introduced to this concept through a comic strip, maybe they won't forget the concept of epithelial cell and its function in human body so easily. They will remember it forever. So, and that is because of the kind of digital content we integrated with the concept. Next slide, please. So then you also talked about simulation, that you want to know more about simulations. Simulation is actually a broader term. Sometimes simulations are also mistaken as animations, but wherever there is a simulation, it is to give a near to real experience of an abstract phenomena where 3D visualization is required, or through 2D output also, we can have a simulation of the phenomena that we need to have near to real experience on. Many of you might have visited the planetariums. So planetarium is a simulation of parts of universe where you see parts of universe in a simulated manner. It is not a real universe, but the part of universe are shown as simulation, and they give us a near to real experience. The simulation which I am showing here is a 2D simulation where how digestion occurred in amoeba is shown, because amoeba is a single cell organism, and how digestion occurs in amoeba is given in the form of simulation. Can we play it? अच्छा अभी थोड़ी देर पहले तो हो रहा था. हाँ, दिखाओ फिर से प्ले करो. इसको भी कैन वी शो देम स्टैंड अलोन? हाँ हो रहा है, प्ले हो रहा है. हाँ उस पे दिख रहा है, स्क्रीन पे नहीं दिख रहा. जस्ट वेट फॉर अ मोमेंट.
अब हाँ हो रहा ना, वो देखा.
System condition. उस पे भी प्रोजेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है. So you have also expressed your curiosity on AR VR content, augmented reality and virtual reality content. So augmented reality and virtual reality contents are also come in the broader umbrella of animation of simulations. So AR, where the reality is augmented with a diagram or a picture, and if we scan the augmented reality content, we get a 3D image in the device with which we are scanning it. And virtual reality content is such content where we feel as if we are part of the environment which is simulated. So if we are showing a jungle, a dinosaur in the jungle, we feel ourselves as part of the jungle, as if we are standing in the jungle and we are seeing the dinosaur and we are seeing the environment moving. So we move with the environment. We feel as if we are moving with the environment. So I'm showing you an example of augmented reality content. So there is a website called Qver, and there is also an app called Qver. If we install the Qver app, Quiver, Qver app, then maybe we scan slide, get slide or print slide from the Qver website, line diagrams from the Qver website. We ask students color these diagrams. Here you can see diagram of an volcano, and the teacher need to teach the volcanic eruption. We cannot show our student an volcanic eruption. So by printing these slides and scanning them through a mobile app, Qver mobile app, we can get the simulation of volcanic eruption. So I have made a video of the process. So here you can see the diagram. Then we have scanned it through the mobile app. Now we are scanning it. And after it is scanned, so we get this 3D simulation of an volcanic eruption and how volcano look during winter, during summers, what is inside a volcano and how it erupts. So this was a screen recording of the Qver app, and you could see this volcanic eruption, how volcano erupt. So I can see your reactions. You are liking the content. Thank you very much for liking it. So reality is augmented with the diagram here, and if it's scanned, So that emerged as a 3D visualization of volcanic eruption. So this is an example of simulation. So you might have understood the simulation by various examples. Previous one was digestion in amoeba. This simulation was about volcanic eruption. There are a lot of mobile apps also, like biodigital human, through which you can also see how digestion happens in human body, how respiration happens in human body, how heart pumps blood in the body. So here you can see the process of digestion. So this is the an mobile app, and these all are procedural knowledge. So here you can see the process of digestion, how food goes through small and large intestine, and then it gets extracted out of the body. So we can also move the this 3D simulation and see the picture or process in totality. So you have now tilted it. We have now tilted it. Can we see one more? Respiratory system का So here you can see the contraction of lungs, how they inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Yeah. Let us come to the slide. Yeah. Next, please. So this is an example of image for elementary classes. Here you can see a lot of kitchen utensils are hidden in this image. So we can ask our students to identify the utensils and name them. In the next image, you can see a lot of sports and play articles hidden. So if we build a narration around these images, we can take student uh, do a lot of learning about the rules of the games, how the games are played, who are the women achievers in who are playing these sports and game, who are the Olympic and Asiad winners of different sports and games. So like that, we can take them to the to n number of learning through images. There is another example of using photographs as learning resource. So in the next one, we will see how photographs can be created into learning resources. So here there are photographs of birds and animals, and we did a little research on the bird and animal about their habitat, their migratory habits, their common name, their scientific name, and where they dwell, so on and so forth. So if we play this video, so we can see the photographs as learning resource. थोड़ा आगे आगे बढ़ा देना एक टाइम होने के बाद और फास्ट कर So we got an idea. Can we move on to the next? Next, please. So now we will see example of an animation. भैया ही देखो ये कौन सा है
ये जो EVS बना हुआ है ना,
अच्छा ठीक है
तो ये वाला भी दिखा रहे हैं।
so
Tina,
this is
are you coming with me to the park?
learning outcomes पर
Hooray,
है
Mom!
वापस
I'm so
वापस
excited.
पहले
Let's go.
just a So here you can see this content creatures around us is based on an FLN EVS content, and the learning outcome is the learner identifies simple observable features like shape, color, texture, aroma of leaves, trunk, bark of plants, animals and birds in their immediate surroundings. So this is the learning outcome. Now let us see the content based on this learning outcome.
Tina,
Play.
are you coming with me to the park? Hooray, Mom! I'm so excited. Let's go. Mom, these trees are so different from each other. Yes, dear. Some of them differ from each other, but some have similar characters. Look at these plants, Tina. Their leaves are different in color, but similar in shape. They are elongated. You can call them linear shaped. And this one, it is triangular. Do you remember this shape?
Yes, Mom. I remember. I had studied this shape in my maths class. Oh, Mom, mint must be growing around. Its fragrance always attracts me.
Then let's find out where they are growing.
Ah, I found them. Hey, look here, Mom. This is so amazing.
Oh, yes.
I used to think that only flowers are colorful, but leaves of this plant are so beautiful.
Mm.
This purple color is so attractive and they are so soft to touch, just like our velvet blanket.
Yes, Tina. See, there are other plants also with colorful leaves.
They are amazing. Oh, the bark of this tree is so smooth, unlike other trees.
It varies. Some trees have smooth bark, some have grooved or bumpy. Now, let's go back home.
Mom, we'll visit the park tomorrow as well.
Sure, dear.
Oh, Mom, look at them. A cat is running after a rat and a dog is running after the cat. Good morning, Mom. Oh, wow. Which bird is this?
This is woodpecker. Let's go to the balcony. You will observe a variety of birds chirping, interacting with each other, making this morning even more pleasant.
Yes, I want to see more birds.
Ma'am, you are muted.
So you might have seen how this content, piece of content animation was aligned with the learning outcomes, but still there is an scope of building a lot of learning around it. We can talk because Indian classrooms are diverse classrooms, so we can uh, talk to our students on the kind of flora, fauna, animals, trees, barks of trees are around them, which plants in their areas are aromatic, and a lot of such learnings we can build around. So here there is another animation which is called stop motion animation, Pahiye Ka Avishkar, the invention of Veer. So there is it's a lyrical representation of how wheel was invented and evolved. Play yourself.
एक दिन मानव ने ढलान पर देखा एक लुढ़कता लट्ठा। एक दिन मानव ने ढलान पर देखा एक लुढ़कता लट्ठा। गोल 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 लुढ़का ढलान पर
गोल गोल लुढ़का ढलान पर
पहुंचा नीचे फैले मैदान पर। गोल 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 गोल। देख उसे कुछ उसने सोचा, सिर खुजलाया किया विचार।
मैं तो इसको ढो थकता, मैं तो इसको ढो थकता, पर यह तो खुद भी चल सकता।
गोल 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 गोल। बांध इन्हें घर में लुढ़काऊं, रख इन पर भारी सामान।
हाँ, पल में काम मेरा हो जाए, पल में काम मेरा हो जाए, मेहनत भी मेरी बच जाए। हाँ,
गोल 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 गोल। फिर उसने कुछ और भी आंका, लट्ठे को टुकड़ों में काटा।
हाँ, एक धुरी से दो को बांधा, एक धुरी से दो को बांधा, धीरे धीरे किया सुधार। हाँ, यूं हो गया पहिया तैयार, यूं हो गया पहिया तैयार, यूं हो गया पहिया तैयार। गोल 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 गोल।
पहिया.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Sorry. So now we will looking at the example of some examples of interactive content. Previous one was also example of an animation developed as stop motion animation. So we will be exposing you to a tool called stop motion animations, using which you can create your own stop motion animations. And you will also be oriented to a tool called H5P, using which you can create content which I will be showing you in this particular screencast video. So can we play it?
तोल कर बोल। तराजू पर रखे हुए सामान को तोलने के लिए उतने भार के बाट को तराजू के दूसरे पलड़े पर रखें। दोबारा प्रयास करें। बहुत अच्छे। Arrange numbers on the ladder in ascending and descending order. Well done. Well done. Well done. Oops, try again. Well done. Well done. Well done. Write the name of occupation in the blank space. Well done. देखें और पहचानें। क्लू को पहचानकर सही विकल्प पर क्लिक करें। शांग नाम की यह सभ्यता पीली नदी घाटी के आसपास विकसित हुई। यहाँ के लोगों ने लेखन, रेशम के कपड़े, ईंट, मिट्टी और लकड़ी के भवन बनाने की शुरुआत की। बहुत अच्छे।
नेक्स्ट कर लेते हैं।
चूचू करती
एक हो
आई
जाए।
चिड़िया, जल्दी नाम बताओ भैया। पक्षियों के सही नाम को पहचानें। बहुत अच्छे।
ठीक है। Next slide. So now let us look at how to integrate digital resources with your teaching learning plan. So we can integrate digital resources pre-lesson. Like I have shown you an example of that content, which was a cartoon on dinosaur, which was to warm up the class to prepare them for complex learning. Then mid-lesson, we can integrate some resources mid-lesson, and we can also show them some resources which we can use as a post-lesson. So we have seen ample resources on factual, procedural, and procedural, and conceptual knowledge. So I will take you through quickly to the verticals which are there on Diksha, FLN vertical, vertical for children with special needs. Then we will watch a short movie for 4 minutes, and then we will wind up the session. So let us take our learners through Diksha and the verticals therein. So to access Diksha, we all know because we all are Diksha users, diksha.gov.in. And if we scroll down, so we will see the focus areas of Diksha. So under the focus areas of Diksha, you will see the different verticals. Here is Nipun Bharat vertical for foundational literacy and numeracy. So if we click on to explore, we will go to the vertical for FLN. So here you will see all learning outcome aligned content based on three developmental goals, like children maintain good health and well-being. Another goal is children become effective communicators. And the third goal is children become involved learner and connect with their immediate surroundings. So if we click on explore beneath any class, so we will see the learning developmental goals. If we click on to any developmental goal, 1 to 3, so we will see the learning outcome aligned digital content on that particular developmental goal. Just wait for a moment, bear with us. So on your right hand side, you can see all the learning outcomes aligned to any particular developmental goal. And then if you click on to the learning outcome, you will get resources aligned to that learning outcome. So here you can see you clicked on to maths English content. Yes, and you can see here worksheet and activity sheets, assessment sheets, videos, infographics. So you can explore the vertical on your own. I will show you some more verticals, all these 6 verticals, and you can explore content therein. Then here is E. Jadui Pitara vertical, education for all vertical. After that, we have this virtual lab vertical as well. Vocational education, then equitable and inclusive education learning for all vertical for children with special needs. So these are some of the vertical where you can get curricular aligned or learning outcome aligned digital content. So please explore this when you at the end of the day. So let us now watch a very small Egyptian film, short movie, which won Oscar award. Maybe you have seen it because it was also being circulated in WhatsApp. So please, yeah, we can play it.
साहेब
So, this was an example of metacognitive content, which we need to understood at the emotional level. You might have noticed that there were no dialogues in this film. Only two phrases were used by the actors. Otherwise, only background music and the facial emotions were there. But we can't say that this movie didn't communicated anything. If we have a discussion on what this movie communicates, just a 4 minute movie communicates. So you are going to come up with a lot of ideas on how and what it communicated. So that is the power of digital content. Without any words also, we can communicate innumerously. So with this word, let us come to an end of this session. So we will have a lunch break. As Dr. Sunita has announced in the previous session, please don't log out. Keep yourself logged in. Have a break, eat your lunch, and come back to the session. Dr. Sunita will be telling you the time, at what time you have to come back for the next session. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. So you can post your questions in the chat box. Maybe when I meet you again, I can answer some of the queries.